Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Today we have Nick Cree from Smash and Go, and he's going to tell us about the 5 must-have apps every entrepreneur must have to grow their business exponentially. Business owners today have access to some incredibly powerful and profitable online tools to do some stunning things in business that a few short years ago cost thousands of dollars with a specialist and 6 months to produce. And that's so true, because I would look 6-12 months ago, not being technical, and think, one, that they were hard to use. That I think that's the other thing, they've become easier to use. Hard to use, but also expensive. So that's great. So this is going to be really good. And for those of you who don't know Nick, he started 3 businesses he knew nothing about, was national runner-up against industry experts in the first business, became a sought-after speaker in the second, and is rapidly building the third. He has an incredible network of speakers and specialists as host of the Business Owners Smashing It Online webinar, which he did say runs every week. If you haven't been on it, I do suggest it runs on Tuesday nights, and he has had some incredible speakers on there. And he loves helping entrepreneurs stop being a slave to the business and getting business working for them.
All right, so my topic today is the 5 essential apps and tools that every business owner needs. Can I ask you a question first, though? How many people know they should put out a newsletter but don't? Anyone is tempted to put out a newsletter and got past the first issue, or not even quite to the first issue? Yep. All right. So a few of us here. What stops you or blocks you doing it? Time and effort. Yep. Anything else? Content. Where do you get content? So writer's block, content, all that sort of stuff. Yep. So how long would it typically take to? Well, and we also talk about blog posts. So how many people know they should be blogging, creating blog posts on their website, but same reason, just don't do it because of time and content and all that sort of thing there. Yep. But yet, one of the most powerful things that you can do to be found online, so people talk about wanting to be found online and sort of getting more traffic to their website, are blog posts. That more important than your homepage, about page, FAQ page, contact page, it is blog posts. Why? Because there's one word that sums up who Google is. And this is Google has decided this word here, and that is relevance. So what they're doing is people are asking questions in the search engines. So, when you're searching, it's effectively a question. Google wants to serve up the most relevant result to answer that question. The reason why they want the most relevant results, because people will keep coming back to Google if they get the answers to the questions they're asking, every time. So what they're looking for is highly relevant results that answers the person's question first time round. Why do they want you on the platform? Because they sell ads. And so the more people that are on the platform, the more people are going to click on the ads on the side there, the more revenue they make, and it turns them into the global monopoly they are in that space. So your job as business owners is to produce highly relevant content that answers the questions people have. If you can produce incredibly relevant content, you'll get yourself onto first page of search, and you won't keep up with the amount of work that's going to come in and the volume of inquiries that come in when you start to dominate that space there. So if you never ever had to work for a lead again, they just kept on coming in every day, who'd be happy with that? All right. Here's how you do it. So we've got a problem here of time, content, to put these blog posts together. What if you could create your content in less than 5 minutes a week? Everyone got 5 minutes a week? Yep. All right, well, here's how you do it. So you really want, and we have the advantage of having some apps, tools and technology to help us today, and it's incredibly powerful, and I'll share what some of these are. Let me just find one of them. So the first one is when people write, often they get into this funny speak. So like they use big words and proper and all that sort of stuff that English teachers taught us when we were kids. If you're doing that, stop it. So if no one wants to listen to that sort of stuff or read that stuff, they don't even understand it in the first place. So you've got to make it as simple as to read as a 10 to 12-year-old, their sort of comprehension level. Why do you want it at that level? Not that people are dumb, but it makes it really easy for people to read. You don't want people to have to struggle through sort of reading things. You want to make it sort of easy enough to be able to skim the content, so not read it all, but to skim it and understand what was being said. Make sense? So one of those very first tools I'm going to talk about is, and it's really going to help you to have what they call conversational style content, for your newsletters and blog posts. So conversational style is what really works well, and a conversation is just what we're having now, just a conversation. It's just how you normally talk to your friends, your clients, your colleagues, without injecting all of those proper words, big words, and without having to be punctuationally correct. So don't worry about commas and all that sort of stuff. We don't speak with commas and full stops. We just, when you listen to me speak, there's no full stops at all. So just talk that way. So one of the ways that I do it is, and you can do it quite simply. If you anyone go out for walks or runs or anything like that there? Yep. So if you do that there, you can take your phone with you. Most people take their phone with them to track how many steps they're taking, that sort of thing. But there's a little app out there called Otter, OTTER.ai. And I've got this going at the moment. And what Otter does is, as you're speaking, it transcribes what you're saying, word for word, and it is incredibly accurate as well too. So some of the old tools out there were not very accurate. This one will mix up a few of the words, but you can see it happening in real time. It is just transcribing what I speak. So imagine if you're out for a 20-minute walk and you're talking for, say, 15 minutes of that into your phone. At the end of it, you've got you've got content. So your trick to it is to have 3 to 5 points in your head that you can talk about that are all related, and just work through them, talk into your Otter here, and at the end of it, you'll have pretty much 80% of what you need to create a blog post or a newsletter article. If you do 5 of those a week, you've got 5 articles there. There's a newsletter. You don't need any more than that for an email newsletter that goes out.
There's something like it's 600 for free.
600 for free, 6,000 if you pay $150 odd a year. So you write a book with this. And people have written books with dictaphones. So with a dictaphone, I've got a friend of mine who used to write books with a dictaphone. He'd have to send it to his secretary would transcribe it. This way here, you just cut out that middle step. It's already transcribed, so now you just need an editor to tidy it up.
And it's great for transcribing videos, and so you just let the video play, you go make a cup of coffee, and it transcribes it so you can use it as a description for the YouTube video or whatever, and that helps with SEO.
Absolutely. So great for what they call captions, SRT files, exactly. Yep. So there's a service out there called rev.com, which I think is $1 a minute or something like that. This one's free.
Yeah.
So.
And it's great because if it's 2 people talking, you can also pick up that it's multiple.
It'll sort of segregate each of the people there, and you can put a name on it, and it'll go through the whole transcription with the right person's name beside each of their speaking. So, so that would be the one tool that I would recommend everyone. If you've got problems of writing or whatever sort of thing, everyone can think about 3 to 5 things on a topic to write about. You just listen to what your clients say, and if someone asks you a question, that's a good topic. Just jot it down on a piece of paper or on your phone there, and that becomes your topic to talk. So the other thing with that tool too is I connect it to Zoom. So when I run my webinars, every Tuesday night webinar, at the end of the webinar, it automatically gets uploaded to Otter, transcribes the whole thing. So out of that there, I've now got blog posts, social media content. I've got enough content there to last me sort of 2 or 3 months out of one session. So we've got more content than we ever could go through in a year because I run this webinar every single week. So you can do things like record client conversations as well. If you're having a sales meeting or whatever, use it for that there as well. You can pull out snippets out of that there that you can use for social media, newsletter, blog post, wherever you've got written content, it's great for that as well too. The next one is how many people get lots of emails in a day? How many people struggle to answer all the emails? If you're anything like me, sometimes it can take me a week to get back to people, which is not great for customer service, but people just know that I'm like that. Why?
Just a quick question about Otter. Can you run it in the background while the phone is recording the video?
Good question. I'm not sure. No, can't be 2 yet. I'm not sure. I'd have to try it and check it. Yeah, because Otto is an app on your phone, it's on your computer, but yeah, worth checking out. The other one is for emails. Make it easy to answer your emails. Instead of writing sort of text, just speak your emails. There's an app out there called bonjoro.com, allows you to create a video. So when you're answering people's emails, just switch on the app bonjoro.com, record a short video, which is the answer to it, send that video to the client. You can do it in probably a quarter of the time, then you can write the text, particularly if you've got a long email. And when people get it, generally they'll open the video. When you say, hey, just record a short video to answer your question, they'll open that. You've got a higher open rate, higher engagement rate, and if you use it when you're sending proposals out, say, I've just sent you a proposal, just going to run through quickly how it all works, you will increase your conversion rate significantly. I know someone that's got 100% conversion rate since they started using a video to send alongside their proposal. Yep. Next one is bonjoro.com. Next one is content. Make content writing even easier than speaking it. So there's an app out there called writesonic.io, writesonic.io. What that does is it's an AI tool for writing content. All you have to do is to provide a topic and 2 lines on what that topic is. It will create 10 unique pieces of content that you couldn't tell has been written by a machine. It looks like and sounds like human-read content. They've done tests on it with people to say, you know, has this been written by a machine or a human? Most people say, no, it's a human. So this Write Sonic will write content better than you can. You know, if you're not good at writing, not better than I can, but better than you can. Just kidding. And if you're really struggling with it, you just need to come up with some topics, put it in, and you've got blog posts, you've got ads, you've got newsletter content, you know, all sorts of things. And the next one I've got is to find the topics to be highly relevant with. We're ahead of time, by the way, at the moment, because I just checked that. To find good topics to write on, you know how you need to have the most relevant answers? A place to go is answersocrates.com or answerthepublic.com. Both of them are the same, or they're different sites but do the same thing. And what they list there are the actual searches that people have performed, grouped them by volume, and they've grouped them by topic. So you can find a whole list of, you can find 12 months worth of topics to write on if you're publishing every week by using a tool like Answer Socrates. And the way that I use it is find the overarching topic, and then there I'll find 5 subtopics, and then you can use those as you know, for Otto when you're talking, or for putting into Write Sonic to write for you. So you don't actually have to do much of the writing yourself. Very last one I've got for you is anyone got Facebook groups here? Okay, anyone collect email addresses out of your Facebook group? Okay, you can't, but there is a way to do it. And that's one called groupleads.net. It's a Chrome extension, and the way it works is that it captures the data out of the questions that you ask when people enter the group. So you might ask them a question: do you agree to the rules? Would you like to receive some further information? Put your email address in here, and you might have a number of questions. It will capture that data there, and if you've got one of the questions is an email address, it will then capture that. It will send it to a Google spreadsheet, and you can have it sort of go straight into your CRM. If you do what I do, go straight into my CRM, it automatically sends out an email to the client or to the person, says, hey, look, glad to see you've become a member of our page, you've been approved, this is some of what we do, rah sort of thing. So it automates that whole process so you can extract those email addresses out of Facebook. It is your one opportunity to get an email address out of Facebook. If you don't do it, then you won't be able to get the email address any other way, because that's not made public by Facebook. So Chrome, the other thing it also does too is it automates the process of approvals. So if someone hasn't put their email address in, you can send them through Messenger a message to say, hey, look, haven't been approved, we need you to answer all the questions, love you to be in the group, here's the link again. They can come back and they can then come and put their email address in. Because if they're not going to give you your email address, they're not a qualified prospect anyway, so you know, why fill up your group there with people that are probably not interested anyway. And it will also automatically approve them as well. You're having a rule to automatically approve them, and it will send a message out saying, hey, congratulations, you've been approved to a group, excited you're here, love you to introduce yourself, come create a post to introduce who you are, that sort of thing there. So it automates a lot of that process. So there you go, there are my 5 top tools. So Otter, Bonjoro, WriteSonic, Answer Socrates, and Group Leads. So thanks very much. You've been a wonderful audience today, and this is now the time for a round of applause. Any questions?
14 minutes. Well done, Nick.
Thank you.
I listened to this one in Whisper, and as I said, you're actually getting better.
I'm getting better.
You're getting better at putting it across.
Thank you.
I said that to somebody else before on another occasion, and he said, no, you're just getting better at listening.
Actually, that's one of the tricks too, is that I've done this presentation probably about 8 times, so the same one. So if you're wondering about what to say and how to do your presentations, one of the tricks is to have the same thing you do over and over again. You do get better and better at it, and you get to know the topic well too. So don't just keep on reinventing stuff and thinking you've got to come up with something new all the time. Anyone heard this before apart from Jeff? Awesome, so there you go.
Every time you listen, you pick up something.
Something new, yeah, awesome.
I'm doing mine for the 3rd time tomorrow.
Fantastic, excellent. So 3rd time lucky, 3rd time better. Any other questions? All right, I think we're done. Yes?
The blog, like when you do the top 3, how much walking, like is it 10 minutes of recording that creates enough for a blog? How long should a blog?
Yeah, 10 minutes will do. So a blog should be a minimum of 600 words. Copywriters will tell you 300, but that's not enough really to get the relevance and really kick in the search engine. So 600 to 1,200 words, I say, for a blog post. 10 minutes will do you 600 words pretty easily, yeah. If you speak as fast as I do, then yeah.
You get it in no time.
Exactly, 2 minutes.